Page number 21, and pre-pigmented white hair 40% or more for base level 8 to 10. The first page was for the pre-pigmentation for the level from 1 to 7, which is somewhat differentiates. And I went ahead and did the page 21 for 40% and more white or gray hair, and the base levels 8, 9, and 10. Okay, now we're on the page 22. And in this page, we're going to talk about remaining pigmentation. And I think this is an essential chart and essential information for every hairdresser. It is very important that the remaining pigmentation is actually deters what kind of color or that you should be using, or if you have to do any repigmentation and so on and so forth. So it is very, very important. I can't emphasize you as much, because most of the time the colors fail with the dual and unwanted tones or not achieving the desired results due to the reason not following up that remaining pigmentation chart. So you will see that now on your screen, and please evaluate that, and starting from 1 through 10. Now on the 1 we put red, violet / blue, because that depends on the individual's ethnicity, and some ethnicity, some races has a little bit more blue in their black or darkest brown than any other. So you will see that difference, and I will let you decide on that. But red, violet definitely be the remaining pigmentation if you were to be going a jet black in a really shiny, beautiful manner. Page 23 is undertones. Again, is very similar to the page number 22, but in this one we take it from level 5 to 10, and we also gave you a little bit idea of counterbalancing tones. So please analyze. Just don't think that is orange, red, can be in a different forms. Yes, it can be. So therefore, I'm going to leave that up to you, and I would like you to visit your color chart. But again, when you say orange, red, and an ash green, counterbalancing is the general idea, but that needs to be altered somewhat in your specific case. Is it possible? So we'll move on to page number 24, and this is JKS bleaching powder. Now, we are so excited about this product. I can't tell you enough, but I'm just going to do a quick briefing. One of the main reasons that I enjoy this product is actually totally dust-free. Now, have I used a product that has said on the box or the bag that is dust-free? Yes. Were they? No. So unfortunately, someone else's dust-free, not necessarily a dust-free to me. So with that given, I have noticed in the past the dust-free products, that so-called, not necessarily dust-free, but yet it requires a lot more peroxide. So that should give you a little bit of idea that when you have to put a lot more peroxide on your bleaching mixture, then you know that that product isn't dust-free. Now, not necessarily for every case, but most of the cases that what I found out. Now, of course, I do use bleaching powder daily on my clients on my busy schedule, and I'm sure you do the same. Now, my health comes before than any other. And if I keep inhaling that dust, and every time that I throw it into a bowl, that is not a fun thing. This is the product that I am most excited, and the most dust-free product I ever used in my career. So that should be the very first reason why you should consider bleaching powder. But once you do, you're gonna love it. Another reason that I do love that just because it requires less peroxide, so then results are much more gentle. You're not gonna believe after the bleach application that hair is actually gonna feel still beautiful. It's almost like you did just a color on their hair instead of a bleach. And as you know, bleaching takes a much more toll on the hair because of the strong pH level in the alkali. Another reason that I do really like to use JKS bleaching powder is actually it goes to certain levels and then it stops. What I mean by that, let's say that I have a customer level 5 brown and I do want to take them to level 9, which is a 4 level. Now, I could easily use 15 volume developer and my result probably within 30 minutes, depends on the surrounding and the heat and all that good stuff, but level 9 and it will stop. Now, in the previously, the products that I have used, they went more further, they went even all the way to a palest yellow if you leave them on too long. Now, with our product, it doesn't. Now, what that helps you with, one, is more control. Two, it actually requires less toners because if you're striving for a level 9 and if your client remaining pigmentation in level 9, that is the color that you're looking for, which most of the cases it is, then you don't have to use a toner. So, one, you're using less product, which is less developer. Two is you're not inhaling all that dust. And three, you're not using a toner, so it's gentle all the way around. So it's excellent product. And we actually also went ahead and used a recyclable cardboard, so the earth-friendly. And better yet, when you purchase first time, it will come in the box, and because of your choice. And it does explain to you what is our recommendations and mixtures and so forth. Then after, when you reorder, you can just order the inside in a plastic bag where you don't have to pay for the packaging, where we don't have to throw away another cardboard to the trash can. So one, it costs you less when you order a refill bags. So that's another reason that I would definitely recommend to order refill bags and enjoy using our bleaching powder. Now on the page number 24, we have some recommendations in the bottom half of the page, that the consistency, mixing suggestions, and so forth. And 2 to 3 level lift, 4 to 5 level lift, and 6 level and higher. And the consistency suggestions are, and 1 scoop, which is 25 milligram bleaching powder, and you will mix that with 25 to 35 milligram developer. And for runny formulas, you will use 1 scoop, which is 25 milligram bleaching powder with 45 to 65 milligram developer. Depends on the consistency that you're looking for. Before we go any further to the next page, that we do have a new addition to our product line, which is a buffer zone / also is lightening oil. This is the oil that you would use when you're doing a bleach scalp application. So it protects the scalp and eliminates the irritation. And the mixing suggestions for that would be if the roots are no longer than 1/2 inch or over 3/4 inch, I would recommend to use 1 ounce of buffer zone, which is lightening oil, in the bowl, color bowl, and then you would do 1 scoop of JKS bleaching powder, which is 25 milligram. Then you will add 2 ounces of your desired developer. So again, 1 ounce of bleaching oil, lightening oil, which is a buffer zone, and 1 scoop of JKS bleaching powder, and 2 ounces of your desired peroxide. Now, it is safe to use, 20, 30, even some cases 40 volume. Very rare that we use 40 volume, but I do have few clients personally that I do use 30 volume to lift up their hair to a level 9 and 10 beautifully and nicely. We're going to move on to page number 25. Now this is toners. Also we call it brighteners. And this is the area that if you're using JKS bleaching powder, you may not have to really address this issue. But There is a cases that you have to have a toners or brighteners, such as you cannot achieve that naturally with lifting that hair. Let's say you have a customer with the darkest brown, which is level 2, and they want to be level 7, but yet in more ash tones or more caramel tones. And naturally you can achieve that with the bleaching or let's say with the coloring. With that given, so you can lift them up to a one level lighter than your desired level. Let's say in this instance, we just give you an example of they wanted level 7 ash, then you will lift them to a level 8, then come back and do a toner on that hair. And of course, you will revisit your color wheel and you will decide what's your level 8 and what's that remaining pigmentation that you're looking at, and then what you want to counteract that tones to ash tone or caramel tone that your client wanted. And bottom half of that page 25, we talk about mixing suggestions and for our toners and brighteners, and 1/10 of the tube desired tone for a short length of the hair, and 2 pumps of JKS Color Conscious shampoo, and 1 ounce of choice of your developer, tone and tone 10 or 15. And I do not recommend to use higher volume other than 15 on the toners. Of course, you apply it on the wet hair. And why? Because if you're using tone and tone 10 or 15, and when you mix it with the shampoo and then apply it onto a wet hair, that brings the volume down to a half, where it does not affect in that short period of time, which we recommend 4 to 5 minutes to leave it on the hair. That doesn't affect the other part of the hair that we do not want to bother with. So, and of course, toners works much better right after the fresh bleaching treatment, because as the bleach opens up the cuticles, and it gives much easier room for you to actually apply that toner and achieve the result that you're looking for. Now, the medium length means is below ear to a shoulder, and that would be the 1/8 of the tube, and 3 pumps of JKS Color Conscious shampoo, and 2 ounces of your choice of developer, again, tone and tone 10 or 15 volume. And the next one is the long length. Long length would be touching shoulder or 2-3 inches below the shoulder, and that would be 1/6 of the tube, and the 4 to 5 pumps of JKS Color Conscious shampoo, and 2 ounces of your choice of developer, tone and tone 10 and 15. Now, there may be a case that you have an extremely long hair. That hair is to anywhere to a chest, to a waist length. Then you will just accordingly add just a little bit more color and a shampoo and the developer to accommodate that. And I didn't include that just because not very many people that is walking around with a waist length hair anymore. Page number 26 is an application of bleach on the virgin hair, and this is where we're talking about 2 methods, and one to actually applying to the roots, and the other one is actually away from the roots. But never forget that we do have that buffer zone, is actually an excellent tool that will help you to achieve beautiful lifts and colors without irritating your customer's scalp as well as the hair. Now we'll move on to page number 27. And in this page, I wanted to go ahead and clarify a little few more pointers. Bleaching, new hair growth, retouch application, just a little bit more info that it came to my mind that I just wanted to include and share it with you. And again, some of the information that you may be watching and reading with me that you may have already a very good knowledge, or better yet, you may have a better way of doing it, which is fine. And this is all about learning. And if I can pass any information that you could use to make your profession better for you behind the chair, and I will be the most happy person in the world. And we're going to move on to page number 28. And in this page, we're talking about, again, application of bleaches. And the bottom half of the page, we're talking about tinting back from blonde to a dark brown. you know, no matter how much we talk about remaining pigmentation, how we should do what we should do, still I wanted to re-emphasize here, giving a little bit an idea that, you know, with the actually numbers and an example that what we would do. Now, page number 29, and these are Ultra Lift series, and which we call it on our boxes of the tubes. It says UL, Ultra Lift, and then the number version will be 11, level 11. And we have 4 different shades, 11.0, ULN, which is natural, and then we have ULA for ash, 11.01. Then we have ULG for gold, 11.03. And then ULP for platinum, 11.07. Now, I want to clarify something here very quickly. And 11.07, which is ULP, platinum, should not be used any hair that is level 7 and darker. Why? Because, as you know, the platinum in this background, we have red and violet. So when you use that color on a level 7 and darker, if you're not lifting to a level 10 and 11, then your results will be much warmer than you wanted, and you will not achieve that perfect platinum. So please be aware. And only quota that I would like to say about Ultra Lifts would be the ULP platinum that should not be used before below the 7 level. And it talks about mixing ratio, and on the bottom half, on the high lifts. And as I mentioned that to you in the beginning of our recording, that if you do have customers with the level 2, 3, 4, 5, do not want to use a bleach, but you feel that you may be able to achieve it with your Ultra Lift series, your choice always should be UL A for ash to counteract a level 8, 9, and 10 remaining pigmentations of a slight yellow or yellow oranges. And if you feel that that hair is too dark or too coarse, then you may want to add some more ash intensifier, which is a 1/2 inch to a 1 inch to your formula, and always use less 40 volume developer than recommended. Means is 2 ounce tube with the 3 ounces of developer in the cases of level 2, 3, 4, and 5, that if you're trying to use Ultra Lift colors and trying to lift them up. And now we're on the page number 30, and well, I know it's keep going on and on and on, but this is the last page, and I really do appreciate your patience and listening to me this long, and I'm hoping that I pass through information to you that is actually be useful to you rest of your career, and that will make me the most happiest man. So drop me an email, john@jksusa.com. If you loved it, you walked away with the one idea, or you have a question that you did not understand some of the things that we talked about on our technical manual, or not in a technical manual, but you do have a specific question, and please let me know. You can also write to us at info@jksusa.com, or you can call us at 1-877-JKS-USA2, which is a toll-free. Now, the color bath versus a conditioning filler is very similar, which was on the page number 16. Color bath you would only use with, instead of any of the conditioner or a developer, you would use a warm water. Wow, that JKS actually works with the warm water and actually creates a beautiful shiny hair for giving a color bath to the hair that is exceptionally fragile. The hair has a multiple chemical services, relaxers or perms and colors. So that hair, you do not want to put any more peroxide. As we always say, you can't cook the burger so many times. So with that given, color bath would be an excellent tool to actually make those ends vibrant and beautiful day after day. So I'm going to leave that up to you. You may get a client that is extremely long hair and you don't want to put peroxide to the ends. You touch up their roots. You want to run the color to the ends, please use a warm water. Or they are about to have a graduation, or a wedding or a specific trip to Europe, and they want that hair to look good 2 or 3 weeks later after the application, but they wanted that shimmering, shiny, beautiful hair. Yes, you can do it with the warm water, whatever your N formula that you have chosen to her in the past on the last appointment, you could go ahead and do that. And 15 minutes application, and you'll have a beautiful, beautiful color. It is amazing. I mean, I never been told that I could use a warm water and do a color that it actually looks good. And yes, it does. And you are going to see it, and you're going to love it. Now, in that 30-page of manual, in between, when you read the fine details, you're going to see such as notes: use a JKS color conscious shampoo, conditioner, pH balancer, hair mask. Please take them seriously. Please have them with you so you can actually do it and have that complete great result. As you know, the success is not a single thing. Success is multiple things doing it right. So like you're doing a foil placement. You did 3 of them good and 1 isn't good. Just 1 will fail all of your work. This is not a sales pitch. We're proud to say that our product line is not our primary income. Please try those products and whatever and however we say on our technical manual. Now, hair mask will deliver you some miracles. Hair mask, pH balancer, our shampoos will give you a great results. Now, they can only give you great results when you put it on. If you don't, and there will be just a single word on this technical manual. So I'm hoping that you will try them and you will actually achieve all the great things about JKS International products. Well, again, thank you very, very much for watching this DVD. And we would like to visit with you with our next DVD. And until then, I would like to say goodbye to you. And you have a wonderful work day, and we'll see you again. Bye-bye.